What is up? This is Nocturnal Mantis and Leo Pectis in another episode of Top Tier Gaming Podcast. All right, cool.
Woo! What's going on, everybody?
We made it.
Yeah, another week, another day.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we made it. All right.
Absolutely.
So what's new with you with gaming? Anything new with you? Playing any new games lately?
I am so no, but two things, and one of them is going to be my topic, so I might kind of just gloss over it. The free game of the month I noticed on PlayStation this month was Neo, and
Mm-hmm.
I never played that, and I heard a lot of really good stuff about it. So I actually meant to grab that, and you just reminded me. So I'm probably
You're welcome.
yeah. Enjoy that burp. No, but seriously, Neo's out there for free this month, so if you missed it, grab it because it got a lot of good reviews, especially if you're like a Devil May Cry kind of fan, like that type of game, Dark
Mhm.
Souls kind of actiony,
Yes,
fun shit.
sir. Yes, sir. And what was the other one? Outlast,
Uh,
right?
I believe so. Yes.
Part two, or is it the
Yeah,
first one? Here, I'm gonna
I
look.
think it's part two. I was gonna say you have to double check because I don't. The first
Double
one was
check.
free a long time ago, so I don't
Yep,
think
the second one. Oh, I'm down
I
for
might.
that.
I was gonna say I might grab that because I never played the second one. Nice.
Hmm.
So we got some good choices for free games this month. As a matter of fact, I'm literally gonna go download it while we're doing the podcast, so I can maybe play it later.
Hell yeah.
Um, the other thing, and it's an upcoming title, very new, very near upcoming title that I will be playing, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. What about you? What's good for you?
I picked up Call of Duty, and surprisingly, I am satisfied with the story of it.
Really?
The campaign's actually really good. Very
Talk to me
realistic.
about that.
Pretty. It's got some good punches to the stomach. It gets pretty serious. There's I guess, real life shit kind of like mixes in with it, which kind of makes it depressing at the same time. But like, it's very visually on. I mean, I'm only playing it on the regular PlayStation 4, not the Pro, or on the PC, and it looks really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I would not have thought that at all. I didn't even think I would even care about it in any capacity. So I'm surprised, man. So how's the multiplayer? Does it feel like the old?
It feels like the old days. It doesn't feel um like they were doing too much with the current Call of Duties, as far as I know. This they brought it back to what it used to be. It does definitely feel like the OG Modern Warfare. And the time to kill to shoot your bullets at someone, it takes extremely extremely low. Like, you would take a couple of bullets just to take out someone. So you got to be pretty quick. You got to have some good reflexes. It's become somewhat kind of a camping kind of game. I've noticed a lot of snipers. Um,
That's kind of how it was before, though. I
right.
feel like, you know.
I mean, it's always been kind of like that, and that's how tactics work. I mean, camping is a way of playing. It's not a negative way of playing. It's just a way of playing. Honestly, I mean, I don't know why people complain about camping as a bad way of enjoying your game. And
Right.
if that's the only way you can get a good kill, then go for it, dude. All the power to you. But if you do that to me, I'm hunting you down. I'm
I'm
coming
getting
back.
those dog tags.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing, they kind of brought in so they call it Ground Wars. It's basically Conquer in Battlefield. So
Hmm.
they brought that into it. So it kind of feels like you're playing a Battlefield game when you're playing in that mode, because you're capturing flags, you're moving from one flag to the next. The maps are a little bit bigger. But other
That's a
than
good thing to hear
yeah,
because I mean, maps are always so freaking small.
only in Ground Wars though. The other maps, like in Team Deathmatch, they're still somewhat small, but bigger than your normal Call of Duty map. That's for sure.
All right. Well, that's a good thing, I guess.
And they also said they're going to bring in some old maps from the original Modern Warfare, which I think was, really cool maps. There's a few I don't like. I kind of dislike. Just the bridge one, I think it is. Other than
I don't
that,
even.
I mean, I enjoy the game. I enjoyed it. I think it was worth the $60. And
Wow.
saying that everything's going to be free with all the new maps and all the other stuff that they're saying that's going to be free. Oh, good. Good.
Okay. Well, damn.
I don't see
In that
any
case,
microtransactions. I don't see any no what was it, the I forget what they call it, the it's like a whole package deal.
the bundle, like the bundle pass or season pass or
Yeah, season
whatever.
pass. Nothing like that. I haven't seen anything like that. There's nothing. As far as they said, it's not going to be there. So good, good. I'm glad that they're moving forward, and not sticking around with the money grubbing kind of aspects.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good step in the right direction for them. That series as a whole, I don't want to say it's kind of fallen off the radar, but in a way it has. So I guess that could be a good sign for it if they're doing things that way. So nice.
What's your first topic, or should I do my first topic?
Um, you can go ahead.
Okay,
Let's get crazy.
you know of the Fallout 76 things that's been going on.
What are you talking
Okay,
about specifically?
apparently Bethesda is a have sent out a $12.99 per month subscription service for Fallout 76, a game
Hmm.
that is already released. People have already paid $60 for, and it's called Fallout First. Apparently, it launched with a huge mess. You get private servers that weren't really private. Basic features were busted. Servers themselves were buggy. The as far as I know, the public was shocked to see Bethesda starting to charge for a premium service when the basic game itself was technically glitchy and was, a disappointment in overall. Um, Beth-
Damn, I did not hear about this actually.
Really, it's been kind of on the social media of, I don't know if you follow a lot of gaming social media. That's been pretty much the big topic for the last couple of weeks, especially when Fallout 76 first released. Oh
It was
man,
bad.
it
That
was.
I knew. Yeah, the state of the game wasn't great. I hadn't
Mhm.
heard about the subscription service though, and that's kind of fucky if you ask my opinion
Yeah.
on it. But can go ahead, keep going.
As far as I know, the gamers or the players in Fallout 76 are actually shaming people that did not purchase the first what's it called, Fallout First or 76 First. So
Really?
you get an icon or whatever descripting that you have the service. If you don't have it, you're gonna get shamed and constantly hunted after, basically ruining the experience for you.
That's wow. That's strange that the community. You would think that they actually reacted opposite to what I would have expected there.
Me too. I thought that would be far opposite. I thought people were gonna, bound together and be like, you know what, fuck this. Let's not purchase these Fallout First services and stuff. But they did, and they're assholes.
Well, here's the thing that I don't like about it. You know, I play MMOs. I have played MMOs throughout my life, and I've played games with microtransactions, and I've paid for them at times. You know, but the thing is, you know what you're getting into with those. You don't buy World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 and not expect to pay a monthly fee, right? You know, you're
Mhm.
paying 30, $40 up front for the game itself, and then you're paying for, the monthly fee
Mhm.
for them to release something and then like after the fact retroactively turn it into that that I'm not okay with that business model at all. That sucks. I mean, did you, maybe I missed you if you said it, but is the game no longer playable offline? Like did they make it online only, or is it just a new online option that comes with that fee?
Ooh, I thought it was always online. It's an MMO.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Holy crap. So you literally cannot play the game at all without subscribing to it then.
No, you can't. You can play it, but you get the special service of having your own server, your own servers, your own. What it doesn't even say how much or what you get in specific. Here, let me do a little research here, but it is what they're calling in-game bullying, basically, is what they're calling it. Fallout First. Here, where it is. There it is. Let me find out exactly what Fallout First actually comes with. Um, let's see. And it's I don't understand, why did people do that? Like, they're literally going around killing these players over and over to a point to where they're not going to be able to fucking come back with their equipment.
Yeah,
I heard also
I
when your loot boxes or whatever your I guess your chest has no like it's not loading with your materials, and it's giving what is it called, yeah, scrap box is what they're calling it. You're getting unlimited storage for crafting components in your own scratch box container. Playing in a private world exclusive for you and up to 7 friends. A new placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag, and more for your basic needs. Receive 1,650 atoms per month to use in the Atom Shop. I guess that's microtransaction currency. And
yeah.
in the iconic Fallout outfit exclusive for members. Okay, so yeah, that's how they make sure that it's. And yeah, here it is. The unique icons, emotes available only for members.
Okay,
It's
so
really
it's
not
not
that
it's
much
no, but
for
it's also not stopping you from playing the game. I thought that it was making it so that way you could
no,
not even play the game at all without subscribing.
no.
I mean, it doesn't make it that much better. At least they're trying to improve certain aspects of the game, but like you said, if the base game itself is still very buggy, still has very broken game mechanics, I don't know that that's the way to fix that problem either.
Mm-hmm,
If that
mm-hmm.
makes sense. So, I don't know. That's kind of odd.
I mean, how much is an item in Atom Shop?
I have no idea. Yeah, and like you said, how much
That's
of
what I
a,
would like to know. If they're giving you a whole bunch of atoms and you're gonna be able to spend
you
on
get
a
a
good
bunch with it.
5 items or whatever, a good 5 good items, then yeah, that sounds cool. All right. But if it's like, oh, you want that special helmet and it's 3,000, you're gonna have to wait, a couple months
Two
just to get it.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Paying
I'm not
sixty
a big.
dollars for a game and then end up paying another $13 to get the good stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think that's
agree.
fair at all.
It's a pay to win because I mean it's just like anything else. If you can tolerate crappier circumstances like servers where you keep getting ganked every 2 seconds and you earn things at a slower rate and you have less storage, then yeah, eventually you can get to high level for free. You pay your $60 and pay it. But I don't like the way game developers are doing this now, and it started a lot with mobile and it's moving into console games where they release something that's grindy and not preferable for most players, and they say, "Oh, but here's an easier way to do it if you're willing to pay $5.99." Like, I don't, I don't like that because it entices people to spend money when they could just make the game more approachable by default.
Right.
You know, it's irritating. So that sucks. I did not know that that was something going on.
Yep. And what I'm looking here is like Fallout 76 already has a stigma. Anytime I write about the game and I see people surprised to hear anyone is still enjoying it, it is kind
Huh.
of surprising that people are still playing with it.
Yeah.
The negative aura darkening after Fallout's first rocky launch, you could argue that discourse around the MMO has become nearly stifling after the release of the Outer Worlds. And like I'm sure, I think they're just trying to get attention because Outer Worlds just released.
Yep. And it looks like it's going to have a huge upper hand. Personally,
Mm,
I think.
all
Like,
right.
I'd actually be interested in trying it. But
Yeah, that was a toss of a coin for me
yep.
between Outer Worlds and Call of Duty for me.
Yeah, I could
And
see that.
I wanted something more casual, honestly. I wanted something I can come in and not have to be grindy about it. Just for now, until I don't know. I'm still debating on another topic that I've been wanting to talk about is Death Stranding, but we'll move on
Mm,
soon. That's been
okay.
kind of a mixed feelings with that one.
Yeah, I would not mind bringing that up this later to this episode personally because it's relevant and I
Uh-huh.
think there's a lot we could say. But um,
I guess that's basically it. I'm not into it. I'm very disappointed that Bethesda, if they keep on going with this direction, I'm scared. I'm scared for Skyrim, or not Skyrim, but
yeah,
Elder Scrolls 7 or 6.
yeah,
Is it 6?
6.
I'm scared
Yep.
now. I'm worried. I am really, really worried that they're gonna screw this one up.
Yeah, their business model is not. But the only thing I will say, just kind of closing thoughts on that,
Mhm.
Elder Scrolls is their true baby. I've never liked the Fallout series at all. I've never been a fan of really any of them. And I feel like they put way too much effort into them, but that's also their experimental IP where they try different formats, different things, business models like this. I don't think they're going to apply many, if any, of that stuff to the Elder Scrolls series. So I think we'll be safe there. But if this model does blow up and make them tons of money, then it's anything could go at that point. They might just decide, hey, let's cash in on Elder Scrolls the same way and fuck it all up, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So hopefully not. Hopefully not.
yeah. Hopefully not. I mean, that goes for all future games with Bethesda. No, Bethesda, you know. I mean, so far, Doom is doing well. You there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. What was your topic?
Ah, yes. So you asked what I'm playing earlier, and I'm not playing this yet, but in a week I will be. Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's finally
Oh,
freaking here.
I know,
I'm
right?
really excited about it too. And I've actually, and maybe people will think I'm stupid for doing this when they listen, but I have actually stayed away from like all of the trailers, as much of the promotional art as I could avoid. I know a couple things about like the gigantification or something. They can get all huge, but I don't know really what the game has, what the characters are, what the new Pokemon are, nothing. And I'm at what I think this is going to be.
Ooh, you're.
Open world ability for the first time ever.
Uh,
Not just what'd you say?
oh no, keep going, keep going. You were
Did you
breaking
say
out there, but now you're
okay?
clean.
Okay. I was just saying having that open world ability is going to be really neat. It's not just run around in tall grass all the time. Like you actually see the Pokemon out in the field and you can engage them in battle that way. I think is how it works. So it's going to be neat. But I know the series was never a big thing for you,
Hmm.
but I feel like this one is actually going to be done well and different and could actually be approachable to new types of gamers or fans of the series. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit, not just my excitement, but what I do know that they're changing and how it could be a little bit more appealing to somebody.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Do you know much about it yourself?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know much about it, other than it's its first Pokemon game on the Switch.
Yeah. Well, technically, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, but those were garbage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those to me, I even said it when they came out. I'm like, this is their trial run for Generation 8. This is them trying to work up the assets and the graphical fidelity and all that stuff to see what the next gen could actually look like. And sure enough, a year later, here's Gen 8.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know
But
much about it. Is there are the storylines basically the same from each other, or is there actual a big difference between each release?
there's a big difference between each release. And they actually do, in a lot of cases, do the fan service of crossovers and tie ins.
Okay.
So like certain characters from Gen 3 show up in Gen 7, for example, and they're like actually like there's a reason for them to be there. Like it's not just like, oh hey, here's some fan service, like we're
Hmm.
dropping people in. So I'm excited. The only thing I will say though is the Galar region for Gen 8 has been rumored to be, since it's in Europe, it's supposed to be based off of like Europe.
Hmm.
Uh, it's supposed to apparently have like a medieval feel, so people are thinking it might be in the past. It might actually be in the distant past compared to some of
Mm.
the other games. And that is also part of the reason why people were saying, well, that might be why the entire national Pokedex of like 800 whatever isn't in the game, because theoretically some of them just wouldn't have existed yet if it's in the past.
Oh, even maybe extinct.
Yeah. Oh God, excuse me.
I mean, they'll be new to players today, but they're extinct in the timeline
Right.
of the future gens. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so there was that. Also, I have a funny feeling, and we talked about this very briefly on a older episode because
Hmm.
I think I brought it up, or maybe it was might have been Wiener actually. It mentioned the whole like, well, they're only going to have like 400 Pokemon or something instead of 800 plus whatever new ones they're putting in, and
Hmm.
people were pissed off about that. But I think they've actually, if I remember correctly, I think they said that they did in fact get like rights. They're going to start developing the assets as DLC and eventually bring them. And if that's the case, I'm cool with that because they've never had fully rendered 3D models with battle animations and all that stuff. And
Right.
to go back and do that for 800, 900, whatever, that's a lot of work. And I could see them wanting to have enough to have in the base game and then bang.
Right. Okay. That's cool, actually. Um, if I were to get into Pokemon, which game would you select for me to start with?
Ooh, so it's hard because like the gens have added and taken away features over the years. And if you're looking for like a good story, probably Gen 3. Gen 3 is a lot of people's favorite. So Ruby and Sapphire.
Okay.
Uh, but they're also back on like the Game Boy Advance. I mean, you can get the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes for the DS and all that, but I don't know. Those have great story, great game mechanics, but I liked. I'm not in the popular opinion here, but I liked Sun and Moon. I liked Generation 7
Right.
actually. They were a little bit too kiddie and straightforward though. Like that one, you would feel like you're playing a kid's game. That's the one thing. That game storyline was not interesting, really.
Okay.
It was very very by the numbers. But some people are big fans of X and Y, which is Gen 6. This one might be the best one to jump into, honestly. Sword and Shield.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna be kind of expensive to get into then, because I'll have
Oh,
to get it light. I mean, I've been really debating on it to myself to get the Switch Lite, and
that's right. You don't have a Switch.
I'm starting to lean into it, because I'm anticipating the new Zelda game that that released, which is the Link. Which one was it? It's not the Link to
Link's
the
Awakening.
Link's
Link's Awakening.
Awakening, and also I've been wanting to. I'm patiently waiting for Metroid 4 Prime.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that'll get you on the Switch
I
bandwagon.
honestly think, yeah. I say this every episode. That's the one game that I'm probably really gonna just spend the money for. And since the Switch Lite is only what $200 anyway, it's not really that
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, I think you're right about that.
Um, oh, which kind of leads to my. Are we done with the topic or not?
Yeah. We
Okay,
can.
good segue. Black Friday is coming. Is winter is coming? I mean, Black Friday is coming. There's going to be some good prices. As far as I know, the Nintendo Switch Lite may actually get a modest price cut. It's already dropped to $170 twice since its first debut. I'm assuming it might come around close to that again during Black Friday. I'm not gonna get it during Black Friday because I have other things I want to get during Black Friday. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in Black Friday, or is that kind of something that you skip every year,
I
or
skip it every year
really?
usually. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't do things like gaming as much as maybe like TVs, appliances, that type
Okay.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more hardware that I'm going for, not
Right.
other stuff. I
Right.
guess. I don't know. It's a hard question. I have not say I've never taken advantage of it, but it's rare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm looking forward to getting PlayStation Plus for a discount. I've been paying it monthly, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
And every year somehow I just don't have the money to actually, put in the $50. But if they do have the price like they usually do in Black Friday, I'm doing it this year. Totally doing it
yeah.
this year.
Can
Uh,
you update yours? Like, if you already have a subscription, can you get the discount? Do you know?
I don't. No, I don't think so.
It's bullshit. I'm
I
gonna
don't. I don't think
cancel
so.
just to get the discount.
There you go. I know that there's going to be some good prices. I don't whoever's listening don't have a console yet. There's the PlayStation 4 has dropped low as $180, $200 during the previous Black Friday. So hopefully we'll see that again this year. If you're looking to get the Xbox One X or the PlayStation 4 Pro, they drop about $300 to $350 from the last couple of years. I know that the PlayStation 4 actually dropped to $300 for sure. That sounds about right. There's some good deals for games if you're looking to get into that. Let's see. I think I have Target's got a good little roster going on. Hold on, my browser just froze. Are you still
Oh,
there?
it's okay. Yeah, I am. I'm still
Okay.
here.
Kind of worried. I hate it when my browser freezes like that. It's just a fucking browser. It shouldn't be freezing.
There's too much heavy load on there.
Yeah. Target's got some good stuff for 4K TVs. Of course, your gaming console galore, and it's not loading my screen, so I can't really talk much about it. Um, Damn, why isn't it not loading? That's driving me nuts. Well, I could just hope you're still there.
Yep, I am.
Yeah, it's why is it freezing? It's not like my RAM is being used up. Come on, computer, you can do it.
Sometimes, depending on the browser and what you have running, it can really bog you down for some reason. CPU usage can get sucked up on those things. It's
Yeah.
weird.
All right, here it goes. It loaded. If you're looking to get some good 4K TVs, I suggest going to either Best Buy or Target is your choice to go to. As far as video games go, Doorbusters include Overwatch, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, all $15 each. Let's see. They also have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint for $30. If you're into that, sports games are always going to get a nice price cutoff.
Yeah, of course.
Let's
Getting ready for the
see.
new year.
Yeah, always. Mortal Kombat 11, Rage 2, Red Dead Redemption 2 is $30, which I'll segue to another subject to that. Let's see. I think that's basically it for games. Switches deals. The Breath of Wild's gonna be $30. Mario Tennis is gonna be $30. If you need some Joy Cons, it's $20 off. Controllers are always down to like 30 or $40. If that's something you want to do, some nice Turtle Beach headsets are $35, $25 off of that, and of course your TVs. I'm gonna skip that. Let's segue to the next topic, which is I just mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually getting a lot of crashes on its release yesterday on PC.
Ooh.
I mean, we've seen this happen before. For example, what was it? Batman Arkham City, I think it was.
hmm I think
They
you're right.
had a
Yeah.
horrible, horrible
PC
port.
launch. Yeah.
Um, but that's what you expect with a much bigger game like Red Dead.
Yeah, there's
I'm
a
not
lot more room for error, a lot of moving parts that can go wrong.
I'm not defending them, but they did have almost a year to get it right. I don't know why they dropped the ball on this. They're saying that you got to update your drivers and your CPU and your GPU and all that, which typically people are already updated. Uh, I don't know. What do you think?
Um, so these big box games, you already said it. Witcher 3, Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto, even Just Cause, any of those types of things that you put into the PC environment, there's just so many aspects that can get screwy.
Mm-hmm.
And, developers, they seem to respond in timely manner to say, okay, let's patch this or address this concern or allow for mods on the PC that, just kind of get around it, whatever. So, I mean, I think people just need to calm down. To be very honest with you,
Yeah.
like we get crashes on consoles sometimes. Like it just happens. It's just the nature of the beast with PC. It's gonna happen. It's always gonna happen to a certain extent. There's no real way to plan for it. And as long as the company is not, pulling a Xbox 360 and just sitting on a problem for years and not fixing it, then I think they need to be okay with it and just relax. That's
Yeah.
my thought.
I agree. Well, that was a shorter one on that one. There's something I've been wanting to show you. I don't know if you've ever had. Have you ever had a 3DS? No, not a 3DS. A GBA
Oh yeah, dude,
or a
absolutely.
Game Boy Color?
Yep, had them
Yeah.
both.
There's this company called Analog. They're making a basically they're remaking the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color console. It's a handheld. Oh my god, it looks so fucking clean.
Really?
Let me send you a link real quick.
Oh yes.
That way.
Put it in the chat or the description of the video too.
Okay. I will. I will.
Later, obviously.
Dee. Come here, Skype.
Come here, Skype. Oh, you're sending it to me through
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That way you can see it. No, I don't want to share that. I just want to chat. Yeah. Oh, it's not letting me chat.
Fire it to me on my phone if you want
Yeah.
Messenger
There
or
we go.
something.
Fuck yeah, dude. It looks so clean. It looks like a new age console. But I don't know how many people are actually going to be interested in actual buying it. I know that most of our retro community is definitely going to pick it up. Simon is all over it for
I
sure.
I'm not surprised, yeah, at all.
All right, there you go.
That's
Hopefully,
cool though.
yeah, that's right. There you go. Let's see what else. It just looks super clean. I want the black version. The screen is high quality. You'll be able to play even your Links, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and I think Game Gear as well. Even your original Game Boy games.
Ooh. Whoa, yeah, that does look nice. I like that a
And
lot.
right, it's super clean. Comes with a nice little charger. I think it comes with a charger. If not, it's just you could charge it
That's crazy.
manually. I think it's
It's
USB C.
it supports Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket. Wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty fucking cool.
HDMI, so you can plug it up to your TV. You can even use a Bluetooth 8-bit Duo if you have ever played with one of their controllers. Um,
Yeah, I have. They're not bad.
$200. $200 in 2020. Doesn't
Wow.
say exactly when, but I'm down. I'm so interested in getting it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really neat.
For that little tiny screen, it's a 1440 resolution.
I saw that, yeah, 1600 by 1440.
Mm-hmm.
Um, LCD, which kind of sucks, but I mean, whatever. It's a Game Boy, and none of those games are going to scale up and look fucking beautiful anyway,
Right.
so they didn't have to go hard on the display. Wow, that's cool. I had
Clean.
no.
It's super
It's a
clean.
nice design. I like the
Mm-hmm.
fact that it supports the actual cartridges and it's not just sheer emulation,
Right.
and that it allows you to support other handheld consoles. That's just fucking cool.
Right.
Good idea. I don't know
Yes.
if I would do $200 for it though, because that's more than what like the N64 classics and things like that have come out. And
Uh,
granted, this does a lot more. I get it, but that
I
might be a little steep. I'd maybe do
It is a little
150.
steep. Yeah, it is a little steep. It does come. I think it has US. I think SD card. I think. Let me scroll around here.
For storage capacity. Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
saw.
so, they're saying it's quote unquote unnecessary to root it or whatever, or go into it and put in your own games.
Hmm.
But obviously, you'll be able to. People are gonna hack the shit out of this thing.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely,
I
very
like.
cool.
I like the design.
Definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say I like the idea. I like where they're going with it, and it definitely could be a good thing. 2020, no specific release date though, huh?
No, no, nothing specific.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a digital concept art. It's not the real thing. I mean, it looks so clean that it looks like it's the real thing, but it's not. Hopefully, we'll see some real images of it soon. Do you have any more topics?
Yeah, well, I wanted to. I meant you mentioned it, and then I agreed. I think jumping into Death Stranding a little bit,
Okay.
just as an overall discussion, because it just dropped what this week.
This coming Friday.
Yeah. So everybody is blasting the hell out of this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Reviewers, critics, all that stuff, and it sucks because I know I said this to you, and obviously it turns out I was wrong. I was just optimistic that somehow this was going to be what PT was supposed to be because he
Mm-hmm.
kept Norman Reedus and everything. And I was hoping they would do one of those typical Kojima last minute like reveals, like "haha, gotcha, bitches."
Right.
And unfortunately, that's not the case, which already made me sad. But then just to find out that it's this huge undertaking, this ambitious world, and meant to make you really feel like you are traversing a landscape is awesome. And then they didn't fill any of the game with content. It sounds like. There's nothing to really explore or nothing of value to explore. The quests are all just fetch quests, whether they're side quests or main story quests. It's just go here, get this, bring it back almost exclusively.
Right.
That's disappointing as all hell.
I'm hearing a lot different. I mean, I hear both. I hear what your aspects are saying, and I hear other aspects. There's a lot of other reviewers are giving a perfect score. I'm hearing that there is plenty of things to do, but there's a few critics that just can't agree if it's good or bad. I think it really depends. This really comes down to the gamer, not the general public. But it really comes down to the person who's actually playing it to see if they like it or not. Just kind of like what was that other game that had a bad release, but also was a really good game. I forget what it was.
I'm not too sure which one you're
Yeah.
referring to.
Anyway, that what I think it really comes down to the player here on this one. Um, you can't really say if it's a good or bad game unless you really do a full on review. And I don't think people's actually going through the whole game and reviewing it. Like if this person, like, let's see here, gives it a 40 out of 40. I don't know what kind of score that is. Um,
That's Famitsu, probably, if it's 40 out of 40.
yeah, it is. They gave, yeah, Famitsu gave him a 40 out of 40 review score.
That's insane. They are notoriously hard on their scoring. I don't know
Really?
that I can't remember the last time I've even heard of them giving out a 40. It's almost always like 37, 38, for like the big Final Fantasy titles that are good or whatever. But wow, that's crazy.
Interesting.
Because it's a
Yeah.
panel of 10, it's 10 judges that can rate it 1 to 4. That's how they get.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Do you trust the Famitsu?
Yeah, they're a Japanese based, if you didn't already guess that,
Yeah.
review company. So anything like the fact that Kojima made it, it's obviously a Japanese studio,
Right.
maybe influencing their opinion a little bit because they seem to really heavily. I think they only rate Japanese games, maybe if not, they are more prominently respected on their reviews of those games. But that's wow. Like I think Dragon Quest 11 was not even a 40, or it might have been a 40, 39, or something like that.
Right.
And that was regarded as just a stupendous game. So I'm surprised to hear that. And you're right. Yeah, I guess that's a fair thing to say about, it's up to your preference.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it is very eerie and slow paced, and that's what you're going for, that's suspense,
Right.
then yeah, you're gonna love it. But there's elements of the way the game plays that bothers me from what I've heard. Like I guess the whole wobbling around because you're carrying your equipment and the baby and all that other crap.
Yeah.
And it's like yes, that's realistic, but if it gets to a point where to function normally, you have to have all this stuff and therefore you're literally tipping over every other step, then that's kind of a silly. Like I get the realism aspect, but balance it maybe a little so it's not like a hindrance. We're
Right.
not looking for a post-apocalyptic zombie survival horror like simulator. That it's teach me how to live in this apocalypse in case it ever happens. I don't think anybody's trying to go that far.
Right.
But the people who do like it probably lean more in that camp.
Hmm. I am gonna wait for one of my favorite reviewers to do it. Do you watch Angry Joe show at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I trust his judgment because so far he's nailed basically everything that I agree with.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm gonna wait for him to review it before I pick it up.
Yeah, I'm definitely holding off. A guy I work with is a kind of a super nerd like us, and he had the $200 like super collector's edition reserved,
Yeah.
and he messaged me today and said I canceled it. He's like, I'm not spending $200 to not play the thing.
Oh
Like
wow.
he was so put off by it, so he
Dang.
actually went away.
Well, that's surprising. I wish I had the money. I probably would have done the same. I probably would have purchased the pre-order for it too. But it's kind of hard when there's so many mixed signals on its review. It's kind of hard to pull the trigger on pre-ordering nowadays. You still there, buddy?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to do pre-ordering anymore unless you for sure know that it's going to be a good game, like The Last of Us. You know it's going to be a good game. They can't fuck that up. They just
Nope.
can't. And you get the collector's edition or whatever?
For Last of Us,
Uh huh.
I actually don't even have it pre-ordered yet.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
I'm going to though. Yes, I will be getting the collector's edition.
I can't find it. I don't know if it's available anymore.
That's what oh, wait, really?
Yeah, well, I was on Amazon the day it was released, and it says not available.
Is it because they don't actually have the SKU up for it yet? I'm wondering if that just means they haven't really like given us a SKU to reserve it through. You know what I mean?
Collector's edition. Let's see. Amazon. Let me take a look here. Hey, it didn't give me that website. Hold on. We're gonna take a look right here for the people who are waiting to see if it's available or not. All right, special edition currently unavailable. Part 2, Ellie edition currently unavailable.
Yeah, I don't think that means that you can't get it. Because that was like what happened with me in Borderlands 3. It eventually came back around again. Which, by the way, totally off topic, pissing me off. I told you my ex when she moved out, she took the collectibles because, you know, we paid for the whole thing half and half.
Right.
And so I kept the game and all the content. That bitch is actually turning around and trying to sell that now. And I'm actually mad.
Well,
like,
sell
come
it to
on.
you at least.
Right? Well, she won't even talk to me, so that's not an option. But
How do you know that she was going to sell it?
I have grapevine people that still
Okay.
talk to you, see her on Facebook. She posted on Facebook like, "Hey, is anybody looking to buy this? It's got figures and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Really, this bitch?"
Oh man.
So that's sad because that's like one of my favorite collector's edition boxes and stuff so far that I've seen.
Yeah. Oh shucks. Damn it. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to
Whatever.
like drop the mood. It's just like that's when we're talking about collector's editions and all that crap, the big
Yeah.
box thing. It just reminded me. I'm like, damn it, stupid.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever. Maybe you could probably pick it up somewhere else.
I don't know, man.
If you're gonna, if that's really big to you or not.
Yeah, I'd have to find it online most likely, but yeah.
Well, there's that. That's all I can think of as far as topics goes. Do you have any more topics, sir?
No, I'm pretty good with everything this week. It was kind of a slow week because I think we're heading into the very busy season for gaming. I think there's at least one big game every month from now through March. Because
yeah, there is.
Because there's Pokemon this month. I forget when Persona 5 R comes out, Royal. I think that's January. Oh no! They pushed it to March. Shit, that's right. I got Final Fantasy 7 and Persona in the same month.
Yeah,
That sucked. The last is February.
Yeah, speaking of, didn't they push Last of Us? Yeah, they did. It's been pushed.
To when?
I think it's March or May or something like that.
Oh my god! Come on!
Yeah. I think they pushed it. Here, actually,
it was perfect, you bastards.
speaking of releases, I got the list here for games that are coming out in November. I'm just gonna pick the ones that kind of make sense. To kind of mix of consoles. So I don't want to spit out each one because there's a lot of them actually in this month.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mario and Sonic Olympics came out yesterday.
Dumb.
Need for Speed came out yesterday. Of course, Red Dead Redemption PC yesterday. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition came out yesterday. Today is Construction Simulator.
What the fuck?
And then, of course, Friday is Death Stranding, House of Golf. Let's see what else. Let's see. Ooh, here's a good one for you, Joe. Truck Driver PC, November 15th.
Is it because I'm white? Why has it got to be?
No, I don't think it's because you're white. If you like the Doctor Who, it's the Edge of Time for PC VR and PS VR. Let's see, some Tycoon games coming out. The Pit. Let's see what else. 13 remake actually. That's kind of interesting. Remember I talked about once. Comes out on the 13th of November. Which, hey, that's kind of cool. Let's see what else. Rage 2. Looks like it's DLC that's coming out.
Okay.
And Jumanji, the video game, actually surprised. They actually are coming out with movie games still.
Yeah, what the hell?
Of course, Pokemon Sword and Shield on the 15th.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, interesting, on the 15th.
That does look decent.
If you're a hardcore Terminator fan, which the movie bombed, Terminator Resistance, the 15th. Let's see, what else? Assassin's Creed Odyssey for Stadia. Oh my god, their Stadia releases this month. I totally forgot.
Oof.
We're gonna have something to talk about that later, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's pay attention to the news.
Let
on
it
that,
let it happen.
Yeah,
let it happen for a bit.
A whole bunch of shit is coming out for Stadia on the 19th, so I'm gonna skip all of that. It's most of the shit's already been came out. It's all games that came out on the 19th. Yeah. Children of Morta for the Switch. Black Future, interesting. 88 for the Switch and PC. See, Narcos, interesting for the Switch. BlazBlue, I don't know if you ever played that.
Not so much.
Not really. Civilization 6 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox. I don't know, you ever played Civilization? I would think you
not too heavily. I know a lot of people who do though.
I would think that you would probably enjoy that, or you'd be a good following for it.
I've seen them, and it's not that I have not been a fan. It's just I think what was it, Civ 3 or 4 was the first one to come to consoles because they were PC before that only. I want to say, and I just never got into them from there. But I don't dislike them necessarily. I just never tried them that much.
And that's basically it, except for there's a DLC for Smash Brothers. Do you still play that too, or no?
Every so often, although again, breaking up with the X kind of took away from some of that. What's the DLC for Smash Brothers? A new character?
It just says Terry Bogard DLC.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
That's all it says. And then WRC8 Switch. And that's basically it for November. And when it comes to December and fall and so on, we'll keep you updated on that. Last of Us. I'm gonna look at this real quick to see when it was delayed to. I don't see it so far. I know there's going to be quite a few Xbox games coming for PC, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I've always wanted to play the Halo series. I never had an Xbox to play it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it moved to May 29th, 2020. Yep. Moved to May. Fucking shit. A day after my brother's birthday.
Nice.
He's not getting a present. Unless that's gonna be the present.
Sorry, Sai. You get to watch me play. That's the freaking present.
Oh, well, I guess that's it. I mean, we hit how many minutes? 51 minutes. Hey, we made it almost to an hour.
Yeah.
So the only games you're looking forward to are Sword and Shield this month?
This month? Yes, Pokemon Sword and Shield, but then I want the new Tales of game that's coming out, I think, early next year. Persona 5 Royal. I've been wanting to replay Persona 5 anyway, so there's no point.
What's your favorite Tales so far? Because I'm going to go on Steam, and I've been wanting to play it. Not the same one from the GameCube.
So, Tales of the Abyss. Symphonia was the one on the GameCube.
Symphonia, that's what it was.
Tales of the Abyss on the PS2 is probably my favorite. It's got an amazing storyline, but it's a little bit outdated now. Berseria, the more recent one that just came out, the most recent one, is my second favorite by storyline, and it is the most fun to play. Like, it's got the most refined battle system so far.
Right.
and that I think you could really appreciate. If it's newer, it's got pretty graphics. The story is very, very good. I also liked Zillia and Zillia 2, one of the
Okay.
only ones that actually had a direct sequel. And those were on the PS3, so they're also pretty recent. So
Right.
there's a couple of good titles, but Berseria, the most recent one, I would recommend. But
The series.
my favorite is Abyss. That's a
Abyss.
PS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Abyss just so I can have something to talk to you about with the Tales game.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Abyss is so good, but like I said, the battle system is gonna feel a little slow and clunky compared to like current ones. And I know you don't really have a frame of reference, but it might feel a little slow even for you, just because it was a PS2 game. It's not the same high rate kind of activity.
Right. All right. Cool.
So,
Now I have homework.
yes, study
I'll
up, young one.
I'll pick that up. I'll pick that up soon. Hopefully, it's not bad of a price.
No, I don't. Well, Abyss, you might have a hard time finding, other than if you were to
I think
do.
it's. I hope it's on Steam, on PC.
It probably would be. Berseria, you should be able to get a good rate on. And I mean, I'm telling you, that one it's very, very good. I
Yeah.
really, really, really enjoyed that game. So
But if Abyss is your favorite, how can this one be better?
it's not. I said it's my second favorite, but I just really it came very close. It came very,
Oh,
very
okay.
close to
Okay.
taking that number one spot. The
All right.
only reason why it didn't is just the emotional impact of the story in Abyss is just where it's at, man. They had such I like cried so many times in that game story. It was
Aw. Aw.
yeah.
I kind of like that when games do that to you, though. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Berseria got me like once or twice. Like, I mean, it was good enough to even get me sometimes, but Abyss was just damn. The character development in that game is so good. It's just
mhm.
fucking amazing. But anyway, you got homework. I just farted.
Sir.
Picked it up on.
Nice. Fucking
Uh,
another question for you. When do you want to do the next one?
I have to look at my schedule. I think
Okay.
next week is pretty good, but if we wanted to wait a little bit and do it 2 weeks, we could do that.
Okay. All right. I want to do that random podcast though.
Yes, that's honestly what I thought where I was walking into tonight. So,
Oh, okay. No, well, that would have been really random because they didn't have any topics. I was like, so what are
yep,
we talking about? Oh, well, I started the gym, so yay.
yes. Shit.
Yeah, we'll
All
we'll talk
right,
about shit like that. That would be fun.
all right, cool. Well, I'll say then thanks everybody for listening
Hmm.
as always, and please feel free to reach out with ideas, questions, comments, make fun of us, roast us. We don't care.